President al-Assad issues a decree appointing Dr. Riyad Hijab as Prime Minister to form a new cabinet. Lavrov calls on the armed opposition in Syria to be committed to Annan's plan. An explosive device planted by terrorists blows up in an oil pipeline in Deir ez-Zor. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our news for today. President Bashar al-Assad today issued decree number 194 appointing Dr. Riyad Farid Hijab as Prime Minister to form a new cabinet. Dr. Hijab was born in Deir ez-Zor in 1966. He has a PhD in agronomy. He occupied the posts of Ba'ath Arab Socialist Party branch secretary in Deir ez-Zor between 2004 and 2008, Quneitra governor between 2008 and February of 2011, and governor of Latakia until he was appointed Minister of Agriculture in the cabinet that was formed on April 14, 2011. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has called on the armed opposition in Syria to be committed to Kofi Annan's plan. Following his meeting with Chinese officials in Beijing, Lavrov also called for a conference for the states that influence the Syrian opposition to drive the latter towards such commitment, adding that Russia and China would maintain coordination concerning Annan's plan. Lavrov added that Moscow rejects any attempt by Syrian opposition to hinder Annan's mission under any pretext. An armed terrorist group detonated this morning an explosive device near Al-Banin school in Jdeida Artuz in Damascus suburbs, targeting the law enforcement troops protecting students as they took their exams. Brigadier Ahmad Abdelmurhej was killed in the explosion, in addition to two other policemen. A lieutenant and four other policemen were injured in the blast. Meanwhile, a girl was killed and two citizens were wounded in Al-Buwaida in Damascus countryside when a factory for making explosives blew up. A source of the police command said that authorities found dozens of explosives inside a building under construction. An armed terrorist group targeted with an explosive device an oil pipeline belonging to the Euphrates Oil Company in Ain Ali region, south of Al-Qurayya village in Deir ez-Zor, causing a huge flame. An official source in the oil ministry said that the targeted line carries oil from Al-Omar field to the second station T2. The Euphrates Oil Company stopped pumping oil into the pipeline, although it had declared the explosion did not affect the production capacity. Also in Deir ez-Zor, competent authorities discovered in Al-Sharai region east of Deir ez-Zor 9 explosive devices, each of which weighs between 35 and 65 kilograms and ready to explode. The explosive charges seem to have been set up by experts. However, the engineering units was able to dismantle them. In rejection to the unjust decision against Syrian media, a number of journalists and youths organized a sit-in in front of the public park in Baktouma. The participants raised placards which stressed their solidarity with the national Syrian media, condemning the Arab League decision to ban broadcasting of Syrian channels on Arabsat and Nilesat satellites, branding the decision as a flagrant violation of freedom of expression. In its session held at noon today under the chairmanship of its Speaker, Muhammad Jihad al-Laham, the People's Assembly discussed the vision of its members and their role in national dialogue, which must include all social brackets. The Assembly Speaker stressed the necessity of setting up centers for the People's Assembly members and the various governorates to communicate with citizens and outline the mechanism of dialogue. He called on Assembly members to start national dialogue without delay, urging them to cooperate with social and syndical figures and popular organizations and form popular committees to communicate with those who were involved in carrying arms but who committed no acts of killing against the Syrians in order to help them return to the right path. Several members of the Assembly called for listening to youths and civil servants and discuss and solve their problems. On the occasion of World Environment Day and under the title Green Economy, the National Observatory for an Environment was launched under the patronage of the Ministry of Environment at Riyad Hall in Damascus. The symposium opened with a speech delivered by Minister of Environment Kawkab Daya, in which she stressed the importance of raising public awareness about the environment. The National Observatory was launched by Engineer Mahmoud Haider, the General Director of Environment Studies at the Ministry. A short film was presented which focuses on green economy and the Arab world. The activity was concluded by honoring figures who played an effective role in protecting the environment and coordinated efforts to ensure the safety of public life. With this, we conclude our news bulletin for today. For more news about Syria and the region, you can visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Up next, the latest